Do you feel like your legs aren't quite as strong as they used to be? Maybe climbing stairs feels a bit harder, or getting up from a low chair takes more effort than you'd like. It's a common feeling as we get older, and many people just sigh and say, well, that's just age, isn't it? But what if I told you that while some changes are natural, a significant part of that leg muscle decline might be linked to something you're eating every single morning? Something you might even think is a perfectly normal, harmless breakfast. Losing muscle, especially in your legs, isn't just about feeling a bit weaker. It impacts your balance, your stability, your ability to move around independently, and ultimately, your quality of life. That feeling of being less steady on your feet, the worry about falling, that's the painful reality of losing leg muscle mass and strength. It can make simple things like going for a walk, playing with grandchildren, or even just doing your own shopping feel like a big challenge. We accept this decline far too readily, thinking it's unavoidable. But there's a secret hiding in plain sight, often right there on your breakfast plate. In this video, we're going to uncover 3 specific types of breakfast carbohydrates that are particularly damaging to your leg muscle health as you get older. These aren't obscure foods, they're common staples in many homes. Understanding why they're harmful can empower you to make simple swaps that can make a world of difference in how your legs feel and function. It's not about drastic diets, but about making informed choices to support your strength and independence for years to come. Watch right to the end, because what you learn about these everyday foods might truly surprise you and change the way you start your day. Let's dive right into the first type of carbohydrate that can really sabotage your leg muscles, especially as you age. This one is incredibly common and often seen as a quick, convenient breakfast choice: highly refined grains, particularly found in things like white toast, bagels, pastries, and many conventional breakfast cereals. Now, you might think, carbs give you energy. Right. How can they be bad for muscles? And you're right. Complex carbohydrates can be part of a healthy diet. The problem isn't all carbs. It's the type of carb and how your body processes it, especially as our metabolism shifts over 60. When you eat something made from highly refined grains, think white flour where the beneficial outer layers of the grain, the bran and germ, have been stripped away. It breaks down into sugar in your body incredibly quickly, much faster than whole grains or other less processed foods. This rush of sugar entering your bloodstream causes a rapid, significant spike in your blood glucose levels. In response, your pancreas has to pump out a large amount of insulin to try and get that sugar out of your blood and into your cells for energy or storage. While insulin is essential, chronic, large spikes in insulin, especially multiple times a day, can be problematic. Over time, your cells, including your muscle cells, can become less responsive to insulin. This is known as insulin resistance. When your muscles are less sensitive to insulin, it affects their ability to take in glucose for energy. Yes, but it also impacts their ability to take in other vital nutrients, including amino acids, which are the building blocks of muscle protein. Muscle is constantly being broken down and rebuilt, a process called muscle protein turnover. After about age 40, and often accelerating after 60, the balance shifts. Muscle breakdown starts to outpace muscle building. To combat this natural process, you need to provide your muscles with the right signals and building blocks. A big insulin spike from refined carbs, followed by a potential sugar crash, doesn't provide the steady supply of energy or the necessary nutritional cues for optimal muscle repair and growth. Furthermore, refined carbohydrates are often low in the very nutrients your muscles need to function and repair themselves: protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Eating white toast or a pastry for breakfast means you're filling up on calories that offer little in the way of muscle support. Your body needs quality protein in the morning to kickstart muscle protein synthesis after the overnight fast. Refined carbs offer almost none. They also lack fiber, which helps slow down sugar absorption and is important for overall metabolic health, which indirectly supports muscle health. Another insidious effect of a diet high in refined sugars. which is what refined carbs turn into quickly, is inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation throughout the body can interfere with muscle function and recovery. It's like trying to build a house during a constant drizzle. Things just don't go up as smoothly. Inflammation can hinder the signaling pathways that tell your muscles to grow and repair. For older adults, who may already have higher baseline inflammation, adding fuel to the fire with inflammatory foods like refined carbs is particularly detrimental to maintaining muscle mass and function. Think about your leg muscles specifically. They are your primary engine for movement, balance, and stability. They require consistent energy and repair. Starting your day with a meal that causes a sugar rush, promotes insulin resistance over time, is devoid of muscle-building nutrients, and fuels inflammation is essentially hindering your leg's ability to stay strong. It's like trying to run a car on cheap, inefficient fuel while also letting the engine rust. The effect is gradual, but compounding. You might not notice it after one breakfast, but years of starting the day this way contribute significantly to the age-related muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, making it harder to do all the things you love and need to do with your legs. So, that seemingly innocent slice of white toast or that quick bagel on the go, they could be silently working against your leg strength and independence. Now that we've delved into how refined grains like white bread products can hurt your leg muscles, let's move on to another common breakfast item that's equally, if not more, damaging: sugary drinks, especially fruit juices and sweetened coffees or teas. You might think fruit juice is healthy because it comes from fruit. But when fruit is juiced, most of the beneficial fiber is removed, leaving behind concentrated fruit sugar. And those sweetened coffees or teas often contain staggering amounts of added sugar. Drinking your calories, especially sugary ones, is particularly harmful because the liquid form means the sugars are absorbed into your bloodstream almost instantly. There's no fiber or solid food structure to slow things down, unlike eating a whole piece of fruit. This leads to an even faster and larger spike in blood sugar and subsequently, a bigger surge of insulin compared to eating solid food, even refined carbs. This rapid flooding of your system with sugar creates a metabolic shockwave. Why is this extra bad for your muscles? Particularly your leg muscles. As we discussed, large, frequent insulin spikes contribute to insulin resistance over time. When your muscle cells become insulin resistant, they struggle to take up glucose for energy and, crucially, they also become less efficient at absorbing amino acids from your bloodstream. Amino acids are the essential building blocks needed for muscle protein synthesis, the process of building and repairing muscle tissue. If your muscles can't effectively pull in these building blocks, it becomes incredibly difficult for them to repair the microdamage that occurs during daily activities and exercise, let alone build new muscle. Imagine trying to build a wall, but the bricks are sitting right outside the construction site, and you can't get them through the gate because the gatekeeper insulin signaling isn't responding properly. This constant cycle of high sugar intake, large insulin response, and resulting metabolic stress can actively impair your body's ability to maintain and grow muscle. For older adults, whose muscle protein synthesis is already less responsive than in younger individuals, this impairment is a significant hurdle. Your legs, which bear your weight and are used constantly throughout the day, are particularly vulnerable. Weakened leg muscles make everyday activities like walking, standing up, or climbing stairs more challenging and increase the risk of falls. Starting your day with a glass of juice or a sugary coffee sets the stage for this metabolic disadvantage right from the get-go. It's empty calories that actively harm your muscle building capacity. Beyond insulin resistance, high sugar intake from these drinks can also contribute to something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. This is a bit technical, but essentially, AGEs form when sugars in your bloodstream attach to proteins or fats, creating harmful compounds. These AGEs can accumulate in your body's tissues, including muscle tissue, making them stiffer, less elastic, and more prone to damage. Think of it like sugar caramelizing and making things brittle. in your muscles. This can impair function and contribute to weakness and sarcopenia over time. Your leg muscles, being constantly used, are susceptible to this kind of cumulative damage. Now, let's talk about the third type of breakfast carbohydrate that's on our list to avoid many processed breakfast cereals. While some cereals marketed as healthy might contain some whole grains, a vast number, particularly those that are heavily marketed and often targeted at children but eaten by many adults, are essentially refined grains loaded with added sugar, artificial colors, and flavors. This category combines the worst aspects of refined grains and added sugar in one bowl. These cereals cause a rapid spike in blood sugar similar to refined bread or sugary drinks because they are made from highly processed grains and have sugar sprayed or mixed into them. Again, this leads to an insulin surge and contributes to insulin resistance over time, hampering muscle protein synthesis as we just discussed. The double whammy of refined carbs and added sugar means you're getting a high-calorie, low-nutrient start to your day. Muscles don't just need protein. They need a whole range of vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats to function optimally and repair themselves. Many processed cereals are fortified, but synthetic vitamins added back into a processed food don't always have the same impact as nutrients consumed from whole, unprocessed foods. Eating a bowl of sugary, processed cereal for breakfast means you're consuming something that actively works against muscle health by promoting insulin resistance, fueling inflammation, and providing very little in the way of quality protein or essential micronutrients needed for muscle repair and growth. It's a missed opportunity to provide your body, and specifically your leg muscles, with the fuel and building blocks they desperately need first thing in the morning. Instead, you're getting a quick burst of energy followed by a crash, and setting your body up for a day where building or even maintaining muscle is an uphill battle. Your legs need consistent support throughout the day. Starting with a nutritious breakfast, relying on processed cereals provides the opposite. So, we've talked about 3 common culprits found on many breakfast tables: highly refined grain products like white toast and pastries, sugary drinks including fruit juices and sweetened coffees, and many processed breakfast cereals. It's easy to fall into the habit of reaching for these quick options, especially when you're in a hurry or if they're what you've always eaten. But understanding the impact they have, particularly on your leg muscles as you navigate life over 60, is the first step toward making a change that can genuinely improve your strength, balance, and independence. These foods contribute to muscle loss and weakness by causing blood sugar spikes, promoting insulin resistance, fueling inflammation, and displacing nutrient-dense foods that your muscles actually need to thrive. It's a slow, steady process, but the cumulative effect over time can be significant, impacting your ability to walk confidently, climb stairs, and simply enjoy your daily activities without worrying about feeling unsteady or weak. But here's the encouraging part: you have the power to make a difference. Starting with your very next breakfast, avoiding these 3 types of carbohydrates isn't about deprivation. It's about making smarter choices that nourish your body and actively support your muscles, giving your legs the best possible chance to stay strong and functional. Instead of refined toast, consider whole grain bread with some protein. Instead of juice, try a whole piece of fruit or water. Instead of sugary cereal, opt for plain yogurt with berries and nuts, or eggs. These simple swaps provide the protein and healthy fats your muscles need, along with slower digesting carbohydrates that provide sustained energy without the damaging sugar spikes. Making these changes might feel a little different at first, but the potential rewards are immense. Imagine feeling more confident walking, finding it easier to keep up with family, or tackling those stairs without a second thought. Maintaining your leg strength is key to maintaining your independence and your ability to do the things that bring you joy. It's not just about living longer, it's about living better, with vitality and mobility. Don't let these common breakfast foods unknowingly steal your muscle strength. Small adjustments to your morning routine can pave the way for stronger legs and a more active, independent future. Remember, you don't have to overhaul everything at once. Start with one change. Perhaps swap out the juice for water tomorrow morning, or choose a piece of fruit instead of a pastry. Then, gradually introduce more muscle-supporting foods. Listen to your body and notice how you feel. You might be surprised at the positive impact on your energy levels and how your legs feel over time. Your health and independence are worth investing in, and simple changes like these are a powerful investment. I'd love to hear about your experiences. What are your go-to breakfasts? Are any of the foods we discussed things you eat regularly? Are you willing to try making a change? Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. It's helpful for everyone in this community to learn from each other. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more ways to support your health and vitality as you age, please give it a like. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos packed with practical tips and advice. Taking care of yourself is a journey, and you're not alone. Keep making conscious choices to support your well-being. Live your best life at every age.